you don't have to be an athlete to exercise. You don't have to be an athlete to get your body in the best shape that it can be. A lot of people are athletes, and you'll go to the track down at the high school and you'll see somebody there that ran track at some college or something, and he or she's whipping around the track and stuff. And I'm going like, yeah, let me tell you, you ever see me running through the neighborhood? Shoot whoever is directly behind me, because I'm not jogging. I'm escaping. Somebody's chasing me. I hate jogging. I expend more energy doing something I enjoy, like playing tennis. I would never do that on a treadmill. I would never do it on the street. My knees wouldn't let me do that. But on a tennis court, I'll put out the energy, the effort, because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the camaraderie, the guys that I'm hanging with. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy trying to perfect the strokes and hitting the ball, that sort of thing. But the repetition of just getting on the road and running down the road, it's like, oh God, kill me now. I wouldn't do it. Some studies say only 8% of people keep their resolutions by the middle of February. And the way to overcome that is set your environment up to support your goals. So maybe it's as simple as parking in the worst parking place you can find instead of the best. When you get to work, park in the far end of the parking lot, so you build in that walk back and forth. Maybe you keep a couple of pound weights in the floorboard of your car, so you carry those on the way, and you change shoes when you get in there. You wear sneakers so you can walk. Set your environment up to support what you want to do. And if you'll figure a way that it's easy instead of hard, then you can do it. I said last week, you can walk in right now to my desk in the house, and there's a pair of 15-pound dumbbells sitting on my desk. Because while I'm reading something, I'll get a set of curls in, I'll get a set of triceps in or something while I'm reading. I may not have time to go up to the gym, but throughout the day, I'll get in 8 sets of flies or shoulder raises.
That's like Pat's saying, he's talking about the consistency of it all. I think the important thing is people that do consider joining gyms, make sure the gym is easily accessible. You know, there's been plenty of research that says the farther the gym is away from you, the less likely you're going to be able to get there. The second thing I would say is to set realistic expectations. Don't expect change overnight. It's a process. And this is what Pat's talking about. The consistency of it, and what you're saying, the consistency of it will pay off in dividends in time. Nutritionally, right? If you make certain nutritional changes, for example, that 6 days out of the week, you eat really well, right? You have your proteins, you have your vegetables, a little fruits. And on one day a week, you just let yourself binge that one day, a cheat meal, right? That will make all the difference in the world. Because I got that cheat day is coming up on Saturday. I'm going to stay tight to Saturday. And the more you do that, the more it reinforces the positive behavior, the better success you're going to have. Then you start to see the actual changes where you've got increased lean body mass, your body fat's coming down. Pat's talking about the alertness, right? And the energy just generally increases. And the last thing I would say is make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Most of us don't drink nearly enough water. And oftentimes just drinking water makes people more alert and more energetic.
And the key to the drinking water, because I said, go ahead, just fill it up, put it at your desk where you work, whatever it is, where you are, we're spending most of your time, and leave there. Well, I don't like the taste of water. Okay, how about some herbal tea? Peach flavored tea, or put some lemon in it, or can you make something that you're drinking the water and you're changing the flavor a bit? It doesn't have to be carbonated. You can get non-sugar drinks, but then suddenly they have other chemicals that aren't good for your body. But the key is a consistency, and you could be doing your exercise and you're finding there's no changes in your body whatsoever. Suddenly stick with it 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or 6 weeks, and almost in 1 week, you're like, how did I just lose 3 pounds? Boy, I'm feeling better, because initially the body's sensing stress. It's holding the weight. It's holding the toxins in because it doesn't want to release that. It's sensing stress. As it says, oh, wow, this is good for me and it's not overexertion, now it can say, I can eliminate the toxins within my body. So that's why some people don't stick with it. And others, I said, as Dave said, the gym, how far it is. What's your time commitment? Have your plan, work your plan. It's got to be, that's why I start people don't do any more than 15 to 20 minutes, maximum 25.
Well, how many times you see it though? People get to the gym, right? And then they know a bunch of people there and they talk half the time, right? So what I would say is have in your mind what you want to accomplish that day and how long you're going to be there. Right. And stay away from the cell phone other than just give yourself some music, because usually what ends up happening is they're distracted by texts and they're texting the whole session, and pretty soon the time's gone and I've accomplished nothing. So I think just having an idea what you want to accomplish that day. I'm going to be in there 35, 40 minutes, like Pat's saying. As you get in better shape, you be there a little longer. Might be an hour and 15.
And for some people, going to the gym is a social environment. They see all their friends. That's their community. And that's something different, than we're talking about. That's also healthy too, because you have your community where you're associated with other people. So let's say they work till 5, they get to the gym at 6, they're there till 8:30. That's their lifestyle. That's what they love. That's great for them. That's not where, but then we say someone does nothing versus the Olympic athlete. Where does one person fall, and is it doable, sustainable,
right,
and enjoyable?
Sure.
And are you feeling good about yourself?
Mm-hmm.
It's key.
Yeah. If there was one thing that I would point to, it's getting an attitude that you're in control. Nobody's making you do this. When you decide, all right, this is 2023, I'm going to be who I am on purpose. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. If you own it, if you own the plan, then there's nothing to rebel against. Like you say, you got a cheat day coming up or whatever. If you own the plan, who are you rebelling against? There's nobody to fight back against. All I'm saying is I want people to say, all right, look, if I've made this resolution, if I'm going to get more active or whatever, I just want to do it in a way that I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to injure myself, because that makes you inactive again. And it's real hard to get started once you get inert. How do you get an elephant up once it lays down? You don't. It's real hard. So I want people to go at this in a way that they're able to succeed. Like I say, we talked about pickleball kind of sweeping the nation right now. My good friend in Dallas, Tom Dundon, just purchased professional pickleball leagues. And I introduced him to my other good friend, Ken Solomon, who runs Tennis Channel, and brought them together so they can start televising all of this kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of it. But if people will just go through a few of the things you guys are talking about, then they can enjoy it and not wind up hurting themselves. And then so they go, well, I can't do that. I injure myself if I do it. No, you injure yourself if you don't do it right. You just got to do some things where you ease into it. And because it's fun, you don't have to go play 8 hours on Saturday. Ease into it and go about it and decide, what's my philosophy going to be? It's different things for different folks. I made a decision some time ago with regard to food control. I just made the decision that if I sit down to eat something and it's not really good, I just don't eat it. I made that decision. Like, if something's really good, I'll eat it. If it's not good, I used to just sit down and I would eat some just because it was there. And then I made a decision, if this isn't really good, I ain't eating it. And I just put, no thanks. I take 2 bites. This is not really good. I'm not going to eat it. I can't tell you what a difference that's made. Just deciding I'm only going to eat if it's really, really good.
So where's the difference for you? What's it? And when you say it's made a difference, so you're not consuming calories that you didn't want in your body? That
I'm not wasting them on something that's not really good.
Okay.
So I go get something that's dry or it's like tougher than a boot. I just don't eat it. No, thanks. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So do you put something in its place, or you just exactly what you like and that's your diet?
I just kind of, I'll get it next time.
Yeah.
It's okay, because half the time I'm really not all that hungry, so I'll eat a little bit and then move on. It doesn't take much, surprisingly. So I stopped eating things I don't really want. It was a very simple switch to flip, and it's made a huge difference. So what's your personal switch? It's the same thing about this exercise and getting active. Do it, just do it right, and set your environment up to support it.
This keeps coming to into my head as you're talking. I'm sure Pat will back this up, but because of the COVID pandemic, The number of patients I had coming in with neck and back problems from sitting, computers all day long, television, did you see an increase in neck and low back pain?
Yeah, I'd see the ones that were coming in pre-COVID, they came in with a different condition. And the ones that were, like had back problems come in now, neck problems, they're more at the computer. They're going, why are you having neck problems? Because you weren't having this before. You worked at a computer from work. Well, I'm on my bed and it's a flip top and I go in different positions and I'm looking down. Okay, well, we have to set up your ergonomics. You have to set the proper table. Well, I'm at my dining room table or kitchen table and the chair is not really that good and it's too high or too low. And so the dynamics, the biomechanics, ergonomics are poor. So you have to set up that station. And I just like what you're saying that. And it's the safety and you got to do what you like.
But the other thing about that though, is during the pandemic, a lot of people were less active. Some people took it the opposite direction. Oh, it's a great chance to go hiking and get
that was for me.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of the people were fearful to go out. So they became less active, which to your point, become active. Go for a walk, like you're saying.
I think walking is one of the greatest, easiest things anyone can do. Now, when it's cold outside, okay, up in the north, wintertime, how am I going to go outside? It's cold. Well, once again, you can go to the internet and you can do certain activities, whether it's a yoga class or something for 15, 20 minutes, activities you can do that are still very, very healthy for you and enjoyable. Set it. When are you going to do it? In the morning, afternoon, evening? You have children. What's the plan?